Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. From the back of the screen, you should be able to know that I'm going to be talking about the freight industry, but I'm also talking about you. If you're not in freight and then freight doesn't affect you, you don't drive a semi truck, this is about to affect you. It's about to affect the whole world, quite frankly, because as the way America goes, so goes the rest of the world. And especially because we are still the big boy on the block, right? When it comes to GDP, when it comes to, the dollar reserve currency, as of right now, that's how we're still perceived. But it's going to get bad. It's going to get worse in a heartbeat because of a new law that was passed. And I am going to tell you why it is going to fail and how it's going to affect everybody's gas and diesel purchases in the future. So here we go. I'm going to share the screen. This is Out of the Hedge. I'm going to share it below. And then I'm going to explain why this has happened in every country in recent history that has went through a hyperinflation. And it sounds crazy because you're like, well, we're not in hyperinflation, Ninja. That's coming. We will have transitory hyperinflation, but this is going to be gnarly. I'm going to explain why. This should set off alarm bells across all industries. The House passes fuel price gouging bill. It says the House of Representatives just passed the Consumer Fuel Price Gouging Prevention Act by a vote of 217 to 207. That is tight. That is close. That should tell you something right there. On May 19th, taking the country closer to greater government involvement in energy markets as gasoline prices soar to new heights. It says right here, HR 7688 would let President Jeff Bergen. You guys know what Muppet character would say that? Put it in the comments below. Can declare an emergency, energy emergency. And I want to tell you right now, this is a very big deal. Why? Because they can do stuff that is no bueno. Especially put certain companies out of business. It says such an emergency would empower the Federal Trade Commission to target people who sell fuel at prices judged by them as excessive, or that indicates the seller is exploiting the circumstances related to an energy emergency to increase prices unreasonably. You know what's amazing about the free market is when you've got a couple gas stations, and it's weird. It's weird. It happens all throughout history. You got like a Chevron or a Shell or some kind of store that's always expensive, always $1 more. It's weird. That place is always empty, and the one across the street that's like $1 less, it's always full. What you'll notice though is there's big companies like in our state, PG&E is always fueling up there and all that stuff because they just love wasting money. Why? Because it's like, they just get money because they're gouging the consumers, right? So they're going to the most expensive place for fuel too. And but that's just the free market, right? You let the free market figure it out. It's weird because like if Chevron, that gas station that's $1 more, didn't have anybody getting gas, I wonder what they'd do. I got it. They'd lower their prices, but that's how the free market works. This is the opposite. It's going to lead to very, very serious issues. All right. And I've been calling for $10 diesel this summer. I believe it's going to happen by the end of summer, almost for all year. And I'm not joking. This is going to lead to this. It says right here, the presidential emergency proclamation would last 30 days, but could be renewed indefinitely as the president deems appropriate. I'm pretty sure he's going to screw this one up in 30 days. The bill also prioritizes the FTC enforcement actions against firms with 500 million or more in annual wholesale or retail consumer fuel sales. You already got an idea who they're going for. Okay, this is all crap because I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. There's crap on both of them right now. Quite frankly, let's just call it like you see it, right? And here's the great part. Our residents are so fed up with corporate greed. Well, why don't we just let them fail? Don't buy from them. Well, oh, I got an idea. Why don't you guys let us use the oil and refine it here in America that we get in America? That would be amazing. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to pretend to care. We're going to pretend to do something about it, but we're going to keep those prices high. Okay. I'm not, I'm not at this point, I'm not even probably going to be able to read anything else. It's total crap because all it is Republicans or Democrats coming out and like giving their reasons why this is a good idea. I'm going to tell you what, we're going to stop sharing this real quick. You guys can take a look at that story when you have time. This is why it is going to fail. Companies right now, there are companies that make a little bit more money. I get it. Those don't last too long because, like I said, if people stop shopping there, they end up having to lower their prices. They go bankrupt. We've seen that with businesses all throughout history. It's weird. This is normal. But this really gets me because what it does is it puts the squeeze on companies. And if you price fix, they go, our prices are rising too. Like we have to actually get it out of the ground. We got to refine it, all this stuff. We got to fuel up our trucks. We can't make the profit that we were. So we're going to go out of business. And this happens throughout history. Like I said, Venezuela put price controls on food companies, right? Grocery stores. And what you saw was they simply closed their doors. They said, we can't make any money if we don't raise the prices because our costs are going up. It's one little chink in the chain that if you stretch it too much, the chain link is going to break. And then the entire chain is useless until it gets fixed. This is going to end in disaster. So you might be asking yourself, what can you do? And sorry, I'm sweating like crazy. These studio lights, whew. Ninja needs to be outside with a nice hot McDonald's coffee. Not sweating in here. But what do? Okay. Things are going to crap fast. And that's good, right? If you're ready for it and you're prepared and you know it's coming, you store up some food, you have some extra money, you start literally like right now, I'm not joking. This would be the time you sort of look back and go, I was going to go on a vacation and I really want to go, but I was going to be stretching myself. I may want to stay home. I may want to hang out with my family at home. And I don't mean to sound dire, but like when you see price controls, and I don't even know if we had price controls in the 70s. If you guys want to look it up, I don't know if we did or not back then, but this is happening at a rapid pace. And it's called a parabolic curve. The reason why it's called a parabolic curve is as it starts to rise and rise and rise, towards the last part, it's when the panic sets in and you're going vertical. And it's like catching a falling knife on the opposite side, right? And it produces fear. And right now the government is essentially pretending to do something. They're not. This is not going to fix it. You'd think that these people went to school and studied history, because anyone that studied economic history could tell you this doesn't work in Turkey. It didn't work in Venezuela. It didn't work in Argentina. Do you want me to keep going? Score. You guys got elected. You're doing a bad job. Let the free market figure this out. Let the expensive gas station go out of business. Or I got an idea. Why not bring it back and let us pump and refine our own fuel and be independent? Sorry, the economic ninja is out.